Hey, so this is a different type of video. This is just a video game. I know it's not my usual music stuff that I upload, so if you're not here for the music stuff, you can just tune on out. But just something I was testing. I mean, like, I'm not a great player by any means in this Apex Legends game, but I mean, I'd say I'm decent. I've been playing for a while, so there's just that big old debate between aim assist if it's too overpowered and stuff. And I'm just here to kind of give you my take on something I've tried, which is using advanced look controls and then turning it off. Something I just kind of tested a little bit in firing range yesterday. Like I said, I've played it for a while, but I've been with aim assist for a while, but I just turned it off and I'm like, hey, it's kind of nice not having that pull. And then like the hip fire up close felt kind of smooth still with it off. I'm like, okay, let me see if I can get at least a few decent beam shots in game, because obviously there's going to be a learning curve on it. So this is my game I just played like, I don't know, 10 minutes ago or so. This is just a segment where I was up here at the freaking top of the roof, and you'll see some of the shots. Obviously, I missed a little bit because there's a learning curve, but you can still definitely get your shots beamed on some of them. So this is just kind of a little bit of evidence right here. This guy's head's kind of peeking. Hit him for 116. Showing there that I have target compensation off whenever it scrolls down to the bottom finally. And here you see I hit him for almost 100 right there. And I don't use the Havoc. I hate that gun with a passion because of the 2 second delay. All the time people in like no audio will pop up on you and then just poop on you, and then you're like, oh no, I have the Havoc out. So I don't even use this gun even at all. I can't stand it. But as you saw, you can still hit people for a good, like about 100. Like I said, I'm not great. I'm just a decent player. And this is like the first time in like forever turning freaking aim assist off. I'm still able to hit some shots. And then, of course, I got pooped on from up there. And then if you're like, oh no, he's got to be cheating. Obviously, I missed some shots there. As I've shown you, definitely not. Especially right here at the very end of that match. Let me jump back a little bit. It happens to me all the time. I get a little bit frazzled whenever they just like jump up on you, like, oh hello, and then I hip or ADS like an idiot when they're all right there. So yeah, obviously sometimes I get frazzled and stuff, I'll just potato. But like I said, I'm just average at best. You might even say not even that good, which is fine too. Just play for fun. But yeah, that's just that. And then I'm in firing range right now. As you can see, target compensation is going to be off still. And then this is just with like the R9. They say the up close hip firing is like really, really overpowered, but without aim assist, and I'm on controller as well on PlayStation 5, it doesn't have a whole ton if you have your recoil control down up close, especially. I mean, yeah, it can move around a little bit, but I still feel like you can still beam pretty well. Like, that's just my take. And then I have the 301 here too. But I'm still going to miss some shots here and there. Obviously, a little, especially when it goes off to the left. I don't use the 301 as much as I used to. But you can still do fairly decent, even with it off. And for some reason, it wouldn't let me do this live because it said I didn't meet the eligibility standards or something. And I usually just create videos for music and stuff anyway. But yeah, that's just, like I said, my experience. And I haven't even been playing with aim assist off, but for pretty much just a little bit. So, like I said, and then with aim assist on, I mean, I guess we should do that too. Like, it definitely, obviously, I've been playing with it on for a lot longer. It does help, but I think you can still do pretty well if you practice and stuff with a learning curve. Once you get there, I mean, I think it might be better because, like I said, I always have issues with it freaking like dragging and stuff. Like, whenever there's someone who's knocked down on the ground and then there's guys like standing right here and you're like looking down at the ground and he's beaming you and you're trying to pull your right stick up and it's just a pain. Like, I think that's something that doesn't get talked about very much personally. But yeah, that's just my take on it personally. I'm going to actually try to get better and practice with aim assist off and see. That way I don't get in those situations where I have to like shoot the freaking guy who's right next to the down guy and it tries to pull me down to the ground. Because that, and then sometimes if they're butt to butt, like trying to get them while they're right here next to each other and your compensation's trying to adjust between the two of them and it just throws off your aim. That can be a big hassle for controller players too. So that's just one controller player's take on it. So, I mean, you can agree or disagree. Feel free. I mean, that's just what all this discussion is about. And by all means, I mean, if aim assist is completely freaking broken and needs even just a slight tweak, I mean, I'm okay with that. Like, if obviously it's completely terrible and you can just aimbot it, then yeah, it should be nerfed. I not against that, but I just don't personally feel that that's where it's at. I think it's just kind of a preference and then kind of what you're comfortable with personally. So, like I said, if you practice it enough, I think you can do good with or without aim assist. Just kind of depends a little bit, and it's just there to kind of help you out a little bit. They say to kind of whenever you're going up against mouse and keyboard players, that's why they have it for controllers because they have their hand they can like flick, and they're really good at flicks if you're really good on mouse and keyboard onto different people, which I'm not very good at myself, but in general, even on controller. But yeah, that's just my take on it, and that's just a little bit of evidence that I've tried by turning off aim assist after using it for years. So take it for what you will. Thanks. Bye.